All right, so folks, check it out right here, Epic Elite AAU first ever basketball camp. And the story of Epic Elite is one of new kids on the block. You know, we came to disrupt, and a lot of people got that confused, so let me be clear. Disrupt with integrity. And along the way, when you take money out of it, which is what we did, and we brought in all of the good lessons when it comes to basketball, including competition, including coaches, and really creating a pure environment. You're lucky enough to get a guy like Kyle Smith. What's up, Kyle?
What's up,
right here, brother? How you doing, man?
Chilling.
Kyle is one of our marquee players from the 17U. Had an unbelievable season. He was a contributor. And one of the things that, you know, we look for is high character kids. Kids that show up, that understand team first, that understand two sides of the ball, not just three-point shooting. We talked about it all the time. We want to learn how to overcome a screen. We want to be able to support each other and really understand the game of basketball because, listen, proximity is power, and certain kids don't have other advantages that other kids have, but if you have a hard-working kid, and believe me, we're going to get into what his work ethic looks like every day, what begins to happen is the cream does eventually rise to the top, and eventually your shot's going to come. So when we started this, we wanted to stand for the kid that was really good, but didn't get that extra look that these other kids that are getting because of proximity. So we've created the proximity here at Epic through our, you know, our branding, our marketing, and our message of empower, protect, integrate, coordinate. So with that, let me get into my man right here, Kyle. Where are you? Like, where are you from? Where are you born?
I'm Baltimore born, but I was raised in Hoboken, New Jersey.
So you've been in Hoboken from what age to what age?
From 3 to 18 now. So.
Okay. And where'd you go to high school?
I went to Hudson Catholic High School in Jersey City for 2 years. Then I went to Union Catholic High School for 1. And then when I was a senior, I decided I wanted to play against better competition. So I went to my brother's prep school, Compass Basketball Academy, Coach Fred Hill. So yeah, it was a challenge, but it was good in the long run.
So wait, so you already played 1 year there?
Yes.
That's amazing. And this was a higher level talent pool and physical and skill-wise?
Yes.
What was that like the first year?
When I first got there, it was tough. I was there, first game of the season, 12 turnovers. 12 turnovers. Yep.
And are you a point guard or two? Okay, so that's your spot there.
Yep.
And could you talk about like what it's like to be not only in that environment to overcome certain things, but how is it like being coached with Freddie Hill? They can't hear us. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty tough. I mean, hard on me ever. Like, I remember I used to have a talking back problem, and one time I talked back, I didn't play for 2 games straight. So
my experience with you, I've never seen that.
Yeah, see,
you know, so like it's about maturing and getting and growing through it. But Kyle, if you don't mind, because I want to kind of play a little slow here for a second. You went to 3 different high schools.
Yeah.
And that is difficult in and of itself.
Yeah.
Have you been able to gain traction at this point where things have fallen into place for you?
I mean, yeah, but it's still tough because, like, it's nice that, like, I see, like, my friends, like, they're going to, like, the higher D1 schools, and they haven't come for me yet, but I just got to know that my time is coming. I just got to keep putting the work in and just stay patient.
Can you talk about your daily work ethic?
Yeah. Well, yesterday, we'll put it, for example, without basketball, I wanted to coach this camp, and yesterday I couldn't get a ride, so I had to wake up at 4:45, get on the Hoboken train to Newark, and then the Newark train to Little Silver. So
I love
get here at 8 o'clock. So
what about today?
It's pretty good.
You got to take it. All right.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this now, Kai. So let's talk about your basketball because I see tremendous videos.
Yeah.
You know, and by the way, folks, when Kyle's videos go out, I don't take it like he's bragging.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to understand anything about marketing and innovation, that's what he's doing. He's saying if it is to be, at least from my perspective, it is to be, it's up to me. He's not letting somebody dictate.
Yep.
When you see if you're a college coach and you see the work he's putting in, you're not confused. And then when you get to meet him and see him on the court, on the basketball court, you're even more impressed. But the marketing he's doing right now is incredible. And when you think of NIL deals and getting behind the kid, that's the kind of character you want to get behind. A kid that's going to work hard, be disciplined, be a team player, and really be able to stand for what's right and be part of something bigger than himself.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about that regimen that you go through.
Like workout regimen?
Yeah,
so,
please.
Like where I'm from, like there's really no gym, so we got to go to the YMCA, and especially summertime they start basketball camp. So we go to the gym. I wake up around like 4:45, get to the gym 5:30, get my shots up with my dad, workout skills, bags, post work, everything. And then we go to the weight room after that, lift weights, and then.
So is this 5 or 6 times a week?
5.
And do you measure how many shots you take every day?
Nah. Well, we usually do one side one day and then the other side the next day. So.
And you and your brother?
Yes. Me, my brother, and my dad.
Is he on the basketball team, your brother, or is he on another sport?
Yes. Now he plays basketball. Yeah.
So do you guys get to play at the same time?
Yes.
What's that like?
I mean, it's competitive. Like there's times me and him play 1-on-1. My
No,
dad,
I'm talking about when you guys are in the
my
game,
fault.
like together, like you're playing on the team.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's
you're
amazing.
You're a real gamer. You guys,
Yeah,
what's
it's
that
good.
like?
He's more of a shooter, so, and I'm more of a facilitator. So, I don't have a problem with driving in, kicking it out, watching him hit a three. So that's more exciting to me than me hitting a three-pointer.
Did you hear that, folks? Any business owner, that's a business owner right there.
Yeah.
What he just said is he gets more excited about distributing the basketball, meaning scaling your business to make the team better. I love hearing that. And Kyle, if you could talk a little bit about when I say play football.
Yeah.
Because I love your tenacious one-on-one, man-to-man defense. I think your physical presence is phenomenal. If you could talk a little bit about the little slogan that we kind of came up with to play football, that kind of is our fun little thing that we talk about.
Yeah, because I struggle with confidence. Not anymore, but I used to. So I just got to realize that nobody is I think to myself nobody put the work in, nobody's been through what I've been through. So there's no way that I can't stop this person. I'm mentally stronger than him and everything. So,
yeah. And you know what triggered that is when we played a tournament. I'm not going to mention teams or names, but it was one of those tournaments where we had some other players with us that was here for a short time.
Yeah.
And in that game, we didn't win.
Yeah.
But I remember what stood out defensively with you on the best kid on the other side.
Yeah.
And I saw what you did, and I think that kid may have had more turnovers in that game than the rest of his season.
Yeah.
And I thought that was incredible. And what stood out is Kyle's physical ability to play. First of all, his skills with the basketball are amazing. He can get to the basket. He can hit three-pointers. He could obviously distribute the ball as well. But his defense on top of that makes him somebody that you have to pay attention to, because all of a sudden, if you're playing both sides and you're training the way you train, conditioning-wise, weight-wise, and skill-wise, as each day goes by, you're making these deposits into the basketball bank account, you're just going to get better and better. So if you were to write down a goal, and if you wanted to see where it's going to be a year, 2 years from now, what does that look like for you?
I feel like I should be a high major anywhere. I just want to fulfill my full potential. That's all I want to do.
And what does that mean, fulfill your full potential? What does that look like for you?
I mean, the highest level possible. So wherever that is. So me, it's the big time. So Big Ten school, Big East, anything.
What does fulfillment look like for you?
Yeah.
And you were kind of getting into what it's like with other people's opinions.
Yeah, so proving everybody wrong. Because growing up, a lot of people said I was dumb for the decisions that I made, but in the long run, it's gonna work out. I just believe it. So I know I'm gonna make everybody proud. So
yeah. So let me tell you something before you go any further. I'm already proud from what I see, from what you bring every day, from what I watch. And if I may offer something is, you could still accomplish what you want to accomplish, but not make it about other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Make it because you want to be able to help other people to overcome certain limitations that you were able to overcome, which is what I like to talk about all the time.
Yeah.
And now you become a lightning rod where people want to be able to work and be with you. Have you spoken, and you don't have to give names or anything, but have you spoken to any colleges at all?
Oh yeah, a little bit, but hopefully it picks up. So I just got to be patient. I know my time is coming. So.
Now, as far as Compass, what does that look like as far as your schedule this year?
Who we play against?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we play a national schedule. We don't really play home games, so we play in Chicago, we play Pennsylvania, we play New York, we play pretty much everywhere.
And how many games?
Schools.
How many games typically?
We play a lot of games, so probably 50, 40 games a lot. So.
That's awesome. And when does the season actually start for you guys?
October. So November.
And do you do anything with the team in September, October,
Yes.
like open gyms?
Yeah,
and
we
stuff
do
like
practice
that?
and stuff. So
yeah. So when you get older one day, what kind of business do you want to be in?
Something like you're doing, because you're giving back to the less fortunate. So, as long as you can pay it forward, I feel like that's what it's about, just paying it forward. And I feel like this guy is a great example of that. He pays it forward and he gets blessed for that. So,
Kyle, I really appreciate that. And my thing is, you've been through AAU teams and other programs.
Yeah.
What is the message that you hear from Epic, for you?
Yeah.
Hopefully people come and sign them, but what's your biggest takeaway over the last 90 days, if you want to call it 2 or 3 of them or one of them, that you really say, wow, that's really good and that meant something to you?
Yeah, just knowing that if you give back, you always get something in return. That's pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of stuff, so yeah.
So what was it like growing up in Hoboken? I'm from Bayonne.
Yeah, it was, Hudson County, so it's the same. It's tough. Middle class family, so I know about everything. My dad's Baltimore, mom's Hoboken, so pretty much single mother in the house. I know what it feels like. It's not eating anything, dinner, tuna fish, Like, yeah.
How's your relationship with your mom?
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah?
good. Yeah.
Is she like your best friend? Is she like somebody you want to
protect?
protect?
She's hard on me. Like she wants the best for me. So yeah, it kind of gets like annoying sometimes. But yeah, I love her. So yeah.
I understand. But here's my other question: if you grew up in Hoboken and you were a great athlete, but you didn't go to Hoboken High, was that like controversial for you? Or?
Yeah, very controversial. Like I still walk the streets now and people tell me that I'm dumb for not staying at Hoboken High, but I feel like overall I made the better decision for myself because, yeah.
And what about Hudson Catholic? You spent a couple years there?
Yeah, it was good, but like Coach Nick, he was tough. So, and me, I wasn't mature at the time, so I wasn't ready for that. Maybe if I was mature, I would still be there, but.
Did you play varsity at all?
Yeah, I played varsity my sophomore year.
So you as a sophomore were playing varsity or on varsity at Hudson Catholic with guys like Eli and Tahad. What was that like?
I mean, those are my guys. Me and him pushing each other in practice. Like, it was times, like I said, I was immature, so times, like, I didn't touch the line or something, I would get yelled at, and they would come pick me up while everybody else wouldn't. So they're just great people for that.
They're good leaders, these guys?
They're great leaders.
Yeah, that's great. And you know, folks,
really
listen.
Successful.
What's that?
They're going to be really successful in college, so
it's amazing.
Stay tuned.
Shout out to you guys.
Yep.
When it comes down to proximity, though, and lifting each other up, I got to tell you, here, all I did was see you lift kids up.
Yeah.
I really saw that all the time. And I remember when you first came in, I want to say sometime in May, you know, we were already off the ground on some level, but it didn't take you long to fit in.
Yeah.
And can you talk about, because ready in business, you have to have relationship capital, people that you know. Let's call it friends. How are you able to adapt, get along, but also not sacrifice who you are and limit yourself?
I feel like I've always just been like I don't want to say likable person. I don't want to sound cocky or nothing, but like I've always like got people to like come to my side. Like if you can see like with the kids, like I'm like good with the kids. So pretty much, just be myself. And especially going to Compass this year, I was around all new faces, people older than me. Everybody was older than me. So people from Germany and France. And then so I just had to adjust to it and just be myself. So
and how long are you allowed to stay there? Is this your last year?
Oh yes, this is my last year there.
Awesome. And the great Freddie Hill's your coach?
Yes.
And Freddie Hill has an unbelievable track record, right? Yeah, unbelievable. You get along with Freddie?
Yes. Well, I used to not in the beginning because he was hard on me, and I didn't understand. I was just like, why does this guy hate me so much? Like it's been times like we were playing in Chicago, right? Like I did something, I forgot what it was. I got subbed out the game, and he's just screaming at me in front of all the fans, everybody. And they're just looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, I really dislike this guy. But after the game, he talked to me after, and I just realized he wants the best for me. So that's the reason I keep coming back to him. So
that's awesome. Shout out Coach Freddie. And for any kids that are watching this video right now that are even like these kids that we've been working with today, and you know, hearing Randy talk, what's your message to overcome fear, to overcome if a coach likes me or not, to overcome why is this guy better than me? How do you handle that when that talk comes into your head?
Like me, like I used to compare myself like back when I was younger in middle school days because I was in the 8th grade. Like I'll tell you a story. Like I was small. Like I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't go past anybody or anything. And just know if that's you in that position, it might be some of you guys out there. Just keep working. That's gonna come. Because I'll tell you now, like years coming on, like those same people, like I'm way like. It's a different story now, so that's all I'm gonna say. So.
Yeah, so it sounds like to me that maybe kids that were maybe a little bit more gifted and physically bigger than you at a young age that stopped working hard, you've been able to surpass them. And by the way, folks, entrepreneurs, that happens in life and business too. It's like it's about innovation. Don't rest on yesterday's success and let that lull you into complacency. You want to be able to constantly and never-ending improve and being able just to kind of challenge yourself and increasing the standard along the way. And Kyle, I got to tell you, man, I'm so grateful that you were part of this team. You know, the team that we have, I have so much. I have so much love for this team and what we put together. And the financial literacy course is coming out, which I think is really cool. Excited about that. And I want to thank you not only for the time, the sacrifice, and the energy you brought to this team. And it's guys like you that make me want to come back for next year and keep this going. Do you have anything that you want to share with anybody about anything?
Nah, just if you're young and you're like giving up on yourself, down on yourself, just keep working. I promise you, it's gonna pay off. So.
And is there ways that people can follow you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at ksmitty405, and you can follow my training page on Instagram at Sean Smith, and then you'll see it. It's a picture of me, and it'll be up there. So.
Awesome. Well, Kyle, thank you so much.
No
I
problem.
appreciate the time.
Have a good one.
All right, man.